Hello, beloved audience, and welcome to the second episode of From the Shelf. I am Annalise, and I am joined by my two older brothers.
Hi, I'm Frankie.
Hang on, I'm opening a chocolate bar.
That's a great intro right there. Chocolate bar. Oh, okay.
And if you haven't watched or listened to our first episode, I'll explain a couple things to you. So our first three episodes are going to be our individual picks. Today is Anthony's pick. The last pick for our first episode was Frankie's, and then the episode after this one will be mine. And Anthony, the movie he has chosen for today is Pirates of the Caribbean: Curse of the Black Pearl.
Yes.
Wasn't expecting that. I'll be 100% honest.
No, me
Here
neither.
we are.
But I mean, did you not enjoy it?
Oh, it's a lovely time.
I'll save my thoughts on that for later.
Oh, Christ.
All right, let's get right along with the plot.
Anthony.
Well, our story begins somewhere in the Caribbean, I'm assuming. At least I
Very
hope.
good. Very good.
We could just be somewhere on the ocean.
Listen, they're making the cross from England to Port Royal. Okay? For God knows wherever there could be.
It takes place on Jupiter in a random ocean on Jupiter. No big.
Oh, absolutely.
Actually, in the Milky Way.
They're space
in
pirates. This is Treasure Planet we're actually reviewing.
I'm
Wow.
surprised you didn't pick Treasure Planet.
I'm gonna pick that someday. Thank you
Mhm.
very much.
If
But
that was
anyway.
the first Disney movie we did, I'd have so many questions.
Yeah, right. Well, technically, this is the first Disney movie we're doing.
I meant animations.
Oh, okay. Technically, this is the first actual Disney produced, not from any other studio that's PG-13.
There will be plenty more Disney to come.
Yeah, but anyway, we open without really a logo or anything from Disney or Jerry Bruckheimer's studio.
Isn't it just like a black screen and ashes?
Yeah, it just starts, and we see a young Elizabeth Swann singing a pirate theme, and she spooks one of the officers on the ship.
Yay!
Very superstitious officer.
Yeah,
Very
we'll see this guy again.
Oh, good. We'll
And
see
then-
him later.
And then we meet Captain James Norrington. Oh boy, a man that doesn't look a day over 35.
Mm.
Remember that. But anyway, they're making the cross from England to Port Royal because I guess the governor, her father, Governor Swan, has been stationed at Port Royal because I guess back then England was just taking over everything.
Just cause.
Just guys. And they just Elizabeth happens to see a shipwreck. Well, they all do pretty much. But she notices there's a boy still alive, just
On a piece of wood floating.
on a piece of driftwood floating.
Oh my god, it's Jack. It's Jack from Titanic.
Oh God, it's
I was gonna say Kangaroo Jack, the guy from that movie, is what I was thinking.
Jerry O'Connell.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Jack survived after all.
I feel like this takes place hundreds of years before that.
It does.
A little bit. They get the boy, and he reveals his name is Will Turner.
This
But
is
in
important.
his hand, there's a medallion, a skull medallion, and Elizabeth goes like, "Are you a pirate?"
Yeah.
She does
And
not
yeah, he is.
do a very good job of like trying to convince Norrington that she's not hiding something.
Has the boy say anything? She just literally turns, clearly has something behind her back.
And
Because
like, nope,
she takes the medallion because she doesn't want anyone to know Will's
that
a pirate.
he's a pirate. Because Norrington had a whole spiel about how pirates are awful and he'll throw them overboard and hang them.
Yeah, they don't like pirates.
So she didn't want the little boy to get in trouble because he's a pirate.
I did.
You did? Well, you're
Wow.
not Norrington, are you?
Oh my God.
I guess not.
Anywho, we cut to, I would say, about 10 years later, and Elizabeth's now
Yeah.
grown to a young, and I mean
Keira
young
Knightley.
Keira Knightley.
Wasn't this one of like her first?
This is her
Role?
first big film,
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
like 18
and she's
in this movie.
17 in real life in the making of this. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. She's a 17-year-old while they filmed this.
Yeah, she's only 7 years older than me.
And so she keeps the medallion in one of her drawers that has a secret compartment.
Yeah, and she literally had this dream about it. It's like, huh, I'm gonna wear this.
Well, I don't think she meant to wear it. Her father was coming in, so she had to hide it, but she decided to keep it
So
on
just put
for
it
some
back in
reason.
the drawer.
Right. If she hadn't worn the necklace, none of this would have happened.
Well, the
Well,
characters in this movie are dumb, so.
This is true.
What do you mean they're dumb?
We'll get to that later.
I don't think they're dumb. Some of them make dumb choices.
Well, then you wouldn't have a film.
This is
So
true.
pretty much her father, there's a thing going on. It's a
It's
ceremony for
Norrington ceremony.
promotion. Yeah, he's being promoted to Commodore, which is
Commodore,
a high position in the British Navy, I guess.
don't be on the floor. Use the Commodore. Anyway,
What?
it's it's a sound that went around on TikTok. Why are you laughing like that?
No!
It's a sound. It's a sound that was going around TikTok for a little while. It's literally.
Use the Commodore. What do you just piss on Norrington's face?
It literally says, "Don't pee on the floor. Use the Commodore," and it's a pufferfish swimming around in a circle in a bowl.
That was funny.
Sorry. Anyway, Norrington. Oh, before we get to Norrington's ceremony, we see a grown-up Orlando Bloom in his prime. Will Turner. Legolas.
Literally after making Legolas.
Yeah.
I love that man.
He is a pretty man.
He's a very pretty man.
Age 25.
And Keira Knightley was 17?
God damn, but they have such good chemistry.
Run that by me again. What?
Keira
How is
Knightley
that
was
legal?
like
How is that
25.
legal?
It's not.
It's really not. It's
Well,
ewy. It's a little ewy.
In Phantom of the Opera with Gerard Butler and Emmy Rossum, Emmy was like 17 and Gerard was in his 30s.
Yeah, but that movie also steers in this skid where it's clear that the Phantom groomed Christine, so we're not going to get into that just quite yet. Maybe one day.
If
Maybe
you
one
ever
day.
ask us to review that movie, I'm not watching it. I will just sit here in the background and make fun of you people.
You have to watch it. That's the whole point.
Not doing it.
That's the whole point.
Not doing it.
You don't want to hear Gerard Butler sing?
No!
I don't know anybody who actively wants to hear Gerard Butler sing, but anyway.
The same people that want to hear Pierce Brosnan and Russell Crowe and Emma Watson sing?
Oh my god.
So anyway, Will is presenting a sword that he clearly made for Norrington's ceremony. But you know, Jonathan Pryce, he's all posh and whatnot. He doesn't
my God.
realize. He's just
Oh my gosh.
dump.
Was he in a Muppet movie? He looked like he would like the dad.
He was a Bond villain.
No,
He does,
Governor Swan?
hang on, I'll pull up his IMDb. I'll pull up his movies.
He looks like he would do so well in a Muppet movie.
I mean,
I put that in my notes. I said, I always say
he was in Evita, and he was in Tomorrow Never Dies.
I literally like in my notes.
Jonathan Pryce?
Yeah, he also played the Master in a Doctor Who spoof that was made by Stephen Moffat.
To my knowledge, he was not in a Muppet movie.
He was in a Troll in Central Park.
He's going to be in A Christmas Carol coming out this year.
I literally said the dad looks like he would fit in a Muppets movie.
I mean, probably. He probably would have a ton of fun.
He
has like that face. He's like a human Muppet.
I wonder if he flails like Kermit the Frog.
Anyway, we've gotten off track already. We're not even like we're 10 minutes in.
Anthony, you're leading this. Come on.
Shut up. Anywho, Elizabeth comes down, and her and Will clearly flirting hard.
They making hard eyes at each other.
The googly. They both. These are two people that desperately need to bang.
They're eye fucking.
The age difference in real life.
They're eye fucking. That's what they're doing.
They are so eye fucking. She's like, dude, just come on. I'm giving you all this signals. But he's like, no, I'm a blacksmith, and you're a governess.
We're not in the same places.
We're not in the same class.
You're in high school, and I'm in my mid-20s.
And duty and class.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
So anyway, they're clearly interested, and you know they're gonna hook up in the end, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
My cat just looked at me in disgust.
And in comes the main focus of the film.
Best character intro ever.
This is the tale of Captain Jack Sparrow.
If you excuse me, people, I've just escaped Amber Heard's grasp.
This was way before that, dude.
It makes sense.
I have my own opinion on Jax. I'll save it.
Do you not like Captain Jack Sparrow?
I don't like how he made that out.
Mm-mm. That was very ominous.
I'll get to that. I think I have a very different ballpark on this than you guys.
I
love Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp in this film, oh my god. It's great. It's so clear he's doing this like new wave type of thing. Meanwhile, when you get when the villain of the film comes, he's doing the traditional thing, and it just counterbalances so well.
I say it balances out so well. But
yeah,
you can tell like this. We're not going to talk about we might talk about the other movies in the franchise. I don't know, but we're not talking about that right now.
Let's talk about the first three.
Yeah, but this movie in particular, you can definitely see like this is a character meant to shine. Like you can see how actually calculating Captain Jack Sparrow is. You can see how his gears turn. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's actually a much more subtle, and it's way different than how he is even in the
later movies.
In the later ones, where he's just off the wall. It's like, I don't think you know what you're doing. You're just making up as you go along. Where in here, he's like, all right, I'm outsmarting all you fuckers.
Definitely, yeah. But it definitely gets overplayed in the next movies.
Yeah, he's more overplayed in the next film, but it's so subtle. You can even hear it in his tone of voice.
Right. Okay, we're at the ceremony.
Yeah. And, now Norrington has white hair. Hasn't aged a day.
Nope, not at all.
Hasn't aged a day. Takes Elizabeth up to where the cannons are.
For some reason.
Yeah, well, it's just a nice little spot that they're by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And he proposes marriage.
Now,
man still looks 35 and has known her since she was a child.
A literal child. This does not sit right. This does not sit right.
I don't know. I don't know if this was a filming mistake. Like you could have gotten a younger person when they were crossing over from England.
Right. Like
this is grooming vibes.
Well, I guess marriage arrangements like that happened at that time where you have an older male, but
yeah, they absolutely did. Doesn't mean I want to see it.
Right. So through the course of this, Elizabeth is wearing a corset, which is a newer, I quote, newer fashion for her time. Because you have to think she's not in England, she's in the Caribbean. So she's not wearing the same fashions that the women in England are wearing. But this corset is so tightly bound that she can barely breathe, and it's hot out. So when Norrington proposes, she falls over. She falls over and into the water.
That was my favorite part of the whole movie.
Would she fall into the water?
Yes.
But they made Jack Sparrow their chief and plop.
So when Elizabeth falls into the water, the medallion that she was wearing, the pirate's medallion, sends the best way I could describe it is like a shockwave vibration thing.
Yeah, it's pretty much like it's signaling the bad guys pretty much, because we'll find out why.
Yeah. So you can there's a change in the wind, basically.
And it gets really cloudy out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sweet leather.
But Elizabeth is rescued by Jack. But then, literally on the turn of a dime, he holds her for captive so he can get away from...
No, well, because as soon as everyone else was like, arrest him, like, dude, jump into conclusions much.
Well, also Norrington checks his arm, so he knows that he's a pirate.
Granted, he's not dressed like any civilized man.
Right. He's completely dressed like a pirate. It's not hard to guess.
They jumped the gun.
Completely.
Yeah.
What's after that?
Jack escapes, and he clearly pisses off Norrington. They're clearly foils for each other.
Mm-hmm. And Jack finds refuge in the blacksmith shop, and Will's not there yet. So
Jack is pretty much trying to break his cuffs.
Yes, he's trying to break his cuffs, and he does eventually.
He does.
Yeah, so he does.
And Will walks in.
He's like, "Okay, well that's where I left this drunk guy. He's sleeping, but that's not where I left my
hammer."
So he knows somebody's there.
So Jack's like, "Yeah, might as well take care of this."
Yeah. So, and I have to say, the fights in these movies, they may not be the best movies, but these fights are beautifully choreographed. I love them. I love the fight.
What do you mean they're not the best films?
They're not the best films.
Not.
How dare you? Fisticuffs.
But these fight scenes are beautifully choreographed, and I will not be taking any criticism on that. I don't care if you like these movies or not. You have to admit these are well choreographed fight scenes.
I mean, I can get behind that, yeah.
Yep. So they are fighting fairly until the I don't want to say the
Jack
army.
Also
the officers
points out something. Will looks familiar to him.
Yeah, because he was Legolas.
He's a huge
I know you.
I love
Legolas.
Poking. Legolas, what are you doing here, mate?
Wonder if Aragorn and Gimli are around somewhere.
Where's that little small fellow you're supposed to be with?
Lord of the Rings is for another day.
With the beard.
So the officers somehow know that Jack is there. So they're trying to break down the door, and they're fighting fairly up until this point because Jack is trying to get away. And
Will has practiced sword fighting 3 hours later, so when he faces a pirate,
Will knows how to fight.
Clearly trying to repress something.
Hands. I'm never rated J for Jack Sparrow.
Clearly trying to repress something, but we're not going to get into that.
Mm-hmm.
But Jack
gets captured.
Yeah.
And well, this is where shit gets real.
Is the jail scene before or after or during?
Where they mimic the ride. During where
they mimic the ride.
It's literally after Jack gets knocked out. It's like, hey, this is the day we caught Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, so there's one of the reasons why I also like this movie is because they do pay a lot of homage to the original Disneyland ride.
Yeah.
And the jail scene I'm having a stroke.
Oh jeez.
Oh boy. It's not even Thanksgiving yet.
Oh god.
This is a Thanksgiving episode, mind you, people.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
pretty sure I saw someone eating a turkey in there somewhere.
But the movie depicts one of the most iconic scenes from the original ride, which is the jail scene where the prisoners are trying to get the keys from the dog.
And they can do that forever. That dog will never come.
Mm-hmm. But right after this, you remember how we mentioned the winds change and something's happening. The enemy is on their way, and they're about at Port Royal.
Pretty much Port Royal gets fucked.
Yeah. Like, pillaged, burned, any bad thing you could probably imagine.
A ship that Jack Sparrow has described with black sails. The Black Pearl arrives.
With black sails and the devil himself handpicked crew, or whatever he says.
Yes. Coincidentally, one of the members of that crew is the actor that played Kano in the Mortal Kombat movie.
R.I.P.
Yes.
Didn't he die not too long after this movie?
I think so.
Oh.
They get a drug overdose.
Damn.
Yeah, Trevor Goddard.
Yeah.
Well, so when they start pillaging, Will goes out to fight.
Yeah, literally right after this, 2003.
Fucking crazy.
But Will goes out to fight.
Vicodin.
Damn.
That is an 8-ball.
Very good, Anthony.
Anywho, continue, Annalise.
Anyway, Will goes out and tries to fight off these pirates. But there's something not quite right. Because
clearly he's killed one of them, but he's back.
Yeah, Will throws an axe and it lands in the back of some guy. And then, like, 5 minutes later, he pops back up in Will's face. So you're like, the fuck?
It was me.
It was you?
It was It was you?
Yes.
You're a pirate?
That's right.
Oh my god. But we cut back to the governor's house, and Elizabeth is there. And she hears a bunch of commotion and stuff. So she tells one of the butlers not to open the door. Like right as he's opening the door, she goes, "Don't!" And there's a pirate goes, "What does he say?" I don't remember what he says, but
and shoots him dead in the face.
Shoots the butler dead in the face.
That sounds like something I did on my first D&D campaign.
Oh my god! You also burned a village to the ground over a pair of shoes.
Look, I slit the tail of.
We didn't talk about how dark this film actually, how much balls this film has for being a Disney film.
It does, honestly.
For God's sake, Johnny Depp says he's gonna rape, pillage, and plunder.
Are you sure he doesn't say like raid and not? I don't.
No, he says rape.
Oh, he does.
He does.
Oh,
he's a pirate.
I mean,
that's what they did.
I mean, yeah, that's what they did.
This is back when movies had balls.
Yeah, he did say rape. He straight up said rape.
Ah, all right. Well, anyway, parts of the pirate crew
has raped.
Anyway,
he didn't
off the topic of rape.
Anyway, members of the pirate crew come in and try to get to Elizabeth, and they're also like destroying the house at the time. So Elizabeth like hits one of them in the face with a warmer for her bed. It's made out of like copper. And then pours the coals on the other guy from the burner.
Ow.
They can't feel it.
Ouchies.
It's hot. It's hot. But she finds a little like corner, or not corner, like a little hideaway to go in. But they find her. And she invokes the rule of parley, which, yeah, I don't know. Basically saying that she's to be taken to the captain and she can't be harmed until their dealings are over, whatever. So they're taking her, and Will sees her and tries to get to her, but a random passerby pirate knocks him out, and he's down, like he is done. Until the next morning.
Damn.
Which, yeah, it's like, did you hit him that hard? Like, Jesus.
I was gonna say, that's kind of unrealistic, honestly. Mm-hmm. Like, usually if you're unconscious for maybe a minute.
Yeah, or like the longest I would think would be hours.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, we really don't know what time this is taking place.
I mean,
but he wakes up the next morning.
Like, yeah, I would say it was.
That's just a common thing in movies, though.
But it's not like it was like 3:00 in the morning. Like Elizabeth was just going to bed.
Yeah, so
listen, you don't know what the parties are like at Port Royal. They're at the club till about 3 a.m.
1700s. What you mean?
She wasn't in a brothel.
She could have gone to Tortuga for a hot minute.
She didn't.
But yeah, Will's knocked out. And
we see Jack trying to escape with the dog because the other prisoners got let out because a cannon let them free. Mm-hmm. And then we see some more pirates, and they know who Jack is. Turns out Jack was the captain of the Black Pearl.
Hey! The plot twist anyone could have seen coming from a mile away.
Anyway.
And they have a little disagreement, and one of them
sticks his hand in the jail cell to choke Jack.
And his hand is a skeleton.
Yeah, it's literally like a skeleton.
Who are really annoying to fight in Kingdom Hearts.
Not really, if you know what you're doing.
Well, I don't like it. Anyway.
So Elizabeth is taken to the Black Pearl, where we're introduced to the second best person in this film, Jeffrey Rush as Captain Barbossa. Who is playing this as like a traditional pirate. He freaking says R. Oscar winner. Oscar winner Jeffrey Rush Because arg. And you
Um,
really got to pay attention to the contract when it comes to this man. He will
hold you to a T.
Yeah, and he's like, well, you didn't specify this, though.
So I get to do this. Ha ha ha. Because they make a deal. And it's Elizabeth will give them the medallion. She almost throws it overboard. And I love her face when she's about to like drop it. And they're like, no. And she's like, I got you fuckers. I love that face that she makes.
But I love how she introduced herself as Elizabeth Turner, thinking they want her because she's the governor's daughter.
But
instead, she's giving them what they actually want.
Right. Even though they don't know that's not really her name. So she makes a deal with them that she gives them the medallion and they leave Port Royal and never come back. She did not specify that they need to bring her back to shore. So Barbossa is like, okay, our deal's done. Let's go. And she's like, wait, you have to take me back. He's like, you never said I had to bring you back. So let's go.
I mean, like they would have anyway, given
right, like they would have anyway, but still.
You got her there, actually.
Yeah,
we did.
Bossa's a hell of a businessman. Like, he'd make Donald Trump blush.
Oh, Christ.
We're gonna sail the Tortuga. We're gonna rape, pillage, and plunder, and drink rhyme. It's gonna be splendiferous. We're gonna make the
I just took a sip of my drink
again.
To clarify, I am no fan of Donald Trump.
We are not a political podcast, but we do like making fun of politics.
Yes, indeed. Anyway, so where are we now?
We are when Will wakes up.
So Will wakes up, and he's still like where he got knocked out in the middle of the village. So he goes to find the governor and Norrington and talk about how they're going to save Elizabeth, like what's going to happen.
And they're pretty much like, yeah, whatever, blacksmith, get this man out of here. He smells like
get out of here. And
but Will's the only one's like, yo,
we need to go save her.
Who knows the pirates?
Right, like we have him here. Yeah, we have
He knows probably what they're doing. Let's go.
And they're trying to be like, oh, well, we have to do this and this and this. And then Will slams his axe down. He's like, that's not good enough.
Protocol.
Mm-hmm. But the chart says. Anyway.
Oh, God.
So Will figures, if they're not going to help me, I'll find someone who can. So he goes and gets Jack out of jail.
Again, because Will has a brain.
Yeah. And at first Jack is like, no, nothing's in it for me. I'm not going to help you. Let me just lay here and wallow until
he learns his name.
Right.
And the gears start turning.
Uh-huh. Because Jack knew Will's father, Bill Turner.
Who was in fact a pirate and the last member of the crew of mutineers that got cursed.
So Will gets Jack out of jail because they come to an agreement and they commandeer a ship.
We're going to commandeer that ship. Nautical term.
Take over a plot. So
they take which ship? The Interceptor?
Well, they start on a different one, and then
they go for the Dauntless because to fool everyone else, and then I think they take the Interceptor because it's fast. It's like the fast ship in the Caribbean, except for the Black Pearl.
Yeah.
So pretty much they're on their way to pick up a crew in Tortuga,
and it's an awful crew.
And it's not the stuff of legends. We do have mainsteads here, 3 of them. But one of them is played by Miss Zoe Saldana.
Saldana.
Oh, thank you.
I always forget that she's in this movie.
Zoe Saldana's in this movie?
Yeah.
She plays Anna Maria.
One of the crew hands that they pick up in Tortuga.
Oh my God.
Yep, that's her. That's Gamora herself.
I know her a lot better as Gamora.
Yeah, every time I watch this movie, I'm like, oh my god.
Thank you.
Oh, shit.
Well, we all know what happened to Gamora. Anyway.
Anywho, they assemble their crew and they go to sail to where the pirates are going, which is the Isle. We're gonna butcher this name.
Isla de Muerta.
Thank you.
Something like that.
Now, why they're heading there is because right after they abandoned Jack and Barbossa became captain, they sailed there to get this chest. They got the chest.
Aztec gold.
They got it. They sold it off for various things.
Food, alcohol, and sex.
And women. Yeah.
Sign me up.
The pirate's life, mate. Anywho, over time they start losing senses of everything. Physical touch, the wind, the warmth of a woman.
In their mouth.
Yeah. They have become cursed. And their curse is they're pretty much the undead. Whenever the moonlight shows them, they become skeletons. And god damn, this theme was so cool.
Yeah, like when I was little, it genuinely scared me.
It's just and then just throwing Elizabeth around, fucking where it's a really effective scene.
Right, as she realizes this is real,
Though it is funny, she's literally holding this knife, planning on attacking. Stabs Barbossa. He's like, I'm curious. What were you gonna do after you killed me?
Which is a genuine question, because what would she do?
That's a good question.
It is okay, great. What were you gonna do after this? You got a whole boat full of killer pirates.
She could pull a Captain Phillips and go, "I am the captain now."
Question.
That's the third film.
Huh?
What?
You got a question?
No, I said that's a question for the philosopher.
Oh.
What would you do if I was dead?
But anyway, everyone's at this island now.
Even
all the major players are here.
The monkey is a skeleton.
Yeah, even the monkey got cursed.
She thinks the monkey is the sultan. Oh my god.
Anywho, everyone shows up. Jack and Will are the only ones to go into the cave and get Elizabeth. So they're planning this little ceremony just so when they can just cut, drop. Okay.
And keep in mind,
they're really prolonging this shit.
Oh, what I also want to talk about, just that, one-liner, you best start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner.
You're in one right now.
You're in one. Amazing.
That's the trailer.
It's great.
It is a great line.
And then
I love when he drinks the wine, though, and you can see
he pops over the bottle of wine. Yep.
Man, that's really cool. And the skeletons look really cool. The effects really good.
I say the effects still hold up pretty well.
Yeah, because you don't really see them in the day. Well, you can't see them in daylight, it helps hide the age.
Yeah, definitely.
But anyway, they're gonna cut. So what they need to do to relieve the curse, they need to gather up all the pieces of gold and cut their hands and spill their blood on the gold.
Don't they Everyone's also done have that. To kill that person?
No, they don't. Everyone's done that except Bootstrap Bill. And the reason for that is Bootstrap spoke up against the mutiny after they already did it. So Barbossa decides, you know what, you're right. Straps into a cannon and throws him overboard.
Mm-hmm.
You done messed up. However, though,
never see him again.
Yes. Oh. Bootstrap did have a kid, so technically they can use his kid for his blood, which they think is Elizabeth.
Which is not the case.
I mean, she did introduce herself as Elizabeth Turner, so.
I mean, well, yeah, but that's what they think, but
so it doesn't work.
Because she's not a Turner.
Now, Jack has a plan, but Will's like, this is where Will loses his brain. It's like, no, I'm not going to be your leverage. Knocks Jack out, takes Elizabeth, and they just leave Jack.
As they should. I mean, listen, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, so the pirates have picked up Jack. Him and Barbossa have a little chat, and Jack's like, it's funny. Had you not left me on that island, I would have been cursed just like you.
Yup.
Of course.
And Jack is planning something still.
He's stalling.
He's pretty much stalling. The Pearl catches up to the Interceptor, and they engage in a really cool naval battle. Now, however, the Interceptor threw away all its cannon stuff, the cannonballs, to pick up speed. So they don't really have anything to fight with.
So they just start loading whatever they can.
And it's clearly they're not winning this. Which they don't!
And how could they?
Also, Will comes to terms with his father is a pirate, since he got his necklace back from Elizabeth.
Yep.
And again, such good chemistry between them.
Also, well, yes, there is good chemistry between them, but there's also, I think, well, maybe just me, good chemistry between Jack and Elizabeth. It's clearly a hate chemistry, but it's chemistry nonetheless.
Oh, we'll talk back about that in the sequel.
Well, I have thoughts on that. But anyway, the Black Pearl pretty much sinks the ship. They've taken everyone prisoner. They think Will's dead because he was caught under the ship. He shows up. The pirates are freaked out because, it's the ghost of Bootstrap Bill! We'll get back to that in the next one.
Davy Jones' locker. Yep.
Looks nothing like Bill Skarsgård.
Nope.
Anywho, so Will announces he's Will Turner, and Jack's like, "Oh, you idiot! Just messing my plans."
But Jack doesn't trust anybody, so he doesn't tell anybody plans.
Nope. So pretty much they negotiate that Elizabeth and the crew will be set free, or not to be harmed. Again, gotta read the fine print with Barbossa.
Say you gotta be specific.
He's like, you said she go free. He's like, yeah, I did. That island.
Didn't say where.
You didn't say where. Why do these people never learn?
Say, learn to negotiate. So Jack and Elizabeth are stuck on an island. And this is the island. I say this is the second time for Jack. The same island.
And so she asked, how did you escape? He's like, listen, I was only here for a week.
I got lucky.
Rum Brothers came here, and I bartered a passage with them.
Yeah, so he's
pretty much well, better drink and wait for a ship. Now, there's a deleted scene here where Jack explains pretty much what he wanted to do. He's like, he was never going to reveal who Will was, because as long as he never told anyone who Will was, there was an advantage.
Yep.
And also, there's a really effective scene where she says, was any of the stories about you true? And he just shows off all his scars. He's like, yeah, you tell me. Just really cool stuff. But anyway, he shows her there's a whole bunch of rum. So she puts together an idea. She gets him shit-faced so he'll pass out. And so she burns the island. And we get the famous
burns
line.
The rum.
She's pretty much burning the island.
Yeah, I guess.
And we get the famous line, why is the rum gone? I really hope that was just Depp improvising.
But why is the rum gone?
Why is the rum gone? If another food to trade the rum. And the reason she built a signal fire and the whole Royal Navy finds them.
So they're rescued.
Thank God. So no one should be on an island for too long with Jack.
And without rum. Could you imagine Jack Sparrow without rum? And it'd probably be like Jack Nicholson in The Shining. Oh God.
Jesus.
All sun and no rum makes Jack a dull boy.
He breaks down the wall of the Black Pearl with a sword, and he's like, "Here's Jackie."
Here's Jackie.
Oh
my God, that's funny.
And yet, still somehow he ends up frozen in a hedge mage.
McNuggets, medium fries. I see.
Yeah. You want to keep acting frozen?
Yeah. That episode's ridiculous.
I love that episode. Anywho, so pretty much Elizabeth's like, we need to save Will, and Norton's like, nah, fuck him.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. This is most unorthodox, against protocol. So she's like, listen, you do this and I'll marry you. Sold.
Say less. All right, we in this.
We in this. Because I'm about to be in that. Let's do this.
Oh yeah, my God.
That's not pedophilia or anything. Nope.
Oh my God. So he saves him.
So they go and save him, and Jack's just kind of like, yeah, why don't you send me in there, you know? I'm totally not going to have my own agenda here.
No, not at all.
I mean, to be fair, it all works out.
Somehow.
Anywho, Jack goes in, and and Barbo's like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, what do I gotta do to get rid of this fucker? And Jack's like, listen, the whole Royal Navy's out there. I don't think you want to be breaking your curse yet. So Barbossa pretty much sends his entire crew to go after the Dauntless, meaning the Black Pearl is unmanned, and there's no one in the cave except for Barbossa and 3 other pirates, and Will.
Very good. Continue.
Yeah, and if you have to really pay attention to this, Jack is just kind of messing with the Aztec gold. And he kind of slips one in his sleeve.
Why would he do that?
I don't know.
Wonder.
So pretty much Elizabeth decides she's not going to sit around in a cabin because, well, everyone said, no, you can't go in, you can't go, you can't go. All the pirates show up and attack the Dauntless. So Norrington and his crew were waiting right outside the cave to shoot at the pirates, thinking the curse would be lifted and they can just go like bang bang. Pirates are attacking the Dauntless. Norrington's crew heads back and they have their fight there. Jonathan Pryce has a fight with a severed hand. Elizabeth stays, Mr. Gibbs, and everyone else, and they decide, you know what? Jack goes to the ship. We're just gonna take the Pearl. See ya.
Bye.
Deuces, we out of this.
Bye, Felicia.
Which, can you blame them?
No.
Nah.
I would piece out of that situation too. Like, no.
Yeah, listen, there's skeleton pirates here. We got the Royal Navy here. We got the best ship in the whole Caribbean. We out.
We gotta go.
We got to go. Our stories are on.
A new episode of America's Got Talent's coming on. I got it.
Yeah, we gotta bounce. See ya.
I have a recording at like 7. I gotta go.
And I got that lunch. I have a doctor's appointment.
All right. All right. Tangents.
So Barbossa's like, you know, Jack, you're kind of hard to predict. And Jack's like, you know, I'm just dishonest. You know, you always trust that we'll be dishonest, but the honest ones, you really gotta watch out for. And he takes a sword, hands it to Will. Will breaks out, fights the 3 pirates, and Barbossa and Jack engage in a sword fight.
Yay!
Another very well choreographed.
And again, this scene's this whole action piece is great. Everyone's doing something. It's fantastic. Barbossa gets the upper hand and stabs Jack.
This is the end.
He's
of
dead.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Oh. However, because Jack kept some Aztec gold, he's cursed.
He is now part of the undead.
We have 2 undead zombie pirates fighting.
Couldn't resist, mate.
Yes, this is the most metal thing I've ever seen.
Mermaider.
Indeed. So they're fighting, and Elizabeth comes, helps Will. Barbossa like, okay, Jack, so what now? Are we to be 2 immortals locked in eternal battle till Judgment Day and trumpets sound? Or you could just surrender. I mean,
you could.
You could. They fight. Will and Elizabeth start heading for the chest. Jack cuts his hand, hands his piece of gold to Will. Barbossa's about to shoot Elizabeth. Jack shoots Barbossa. Barbossa goes, 10 years you carried that, and now you've wasted your shot. However, Will says
human now.
Wasted. Cut his hand, dropped his gold. Barbossa is human. And damn is this line chilling. Barbossa finally got the one thing he wanted. What does he feel? Cold. That's it. He's dead. Man, that's so good.
Well, we'll never see him
again.
No. So anyway, Will and Elizabeth have a moment. They do nothing. Jack goes like, you know, if you're gonna wait for the moment to act, that was it.
Do it now.
And he's like, just take me to my ship. And they're like, yeah. about
that.
So they have no choice but to take Jack back to the Dauntless to be hanged. Yeah, Jack's about to be hung. However, Will steps in wearing an Errol Flynn Musketeers hat for some reason.
He literally looks like one of the Three Musketeers.
He breaks Jack out. Elizabeth helps. And so, for some reason, they decide to let Jack go.
They all kind of just laugh it off.
Yes. Because they wanted to make sequels, Anthony. They wanted to make sequels.
I think we've earned Mr. Sparrow has earned a head start. I'm like, what are you doing, man?
What do you mean?
Because the Black Pearl shows up. Elizabeth and Will hook up finally. Like, Jesus Christ, the tension was palpable.
Not like she's still in high school or anything, but
oh my God.
Listen, she's over 13. She's a marrying age.
Oh, shut up! I hate that logic.
I mean, she's not wrong for those days.
Those days are very barbaric, and glad we don't live in them.
Oh, thank God, right?
Fuck.
That's ewy. We podcasters do not support the idea of underage marriages.
We do not support child marriages.
Anywho, Jack falls, and gets back and becomes Captain of the Black Pearl.
Yeah.
And once more.
And that's our movie. Man, that's a lot. This movie's a lot of fun.
I say we missed a lot of details, but that was kind of the skeleton of it. Ha! Skeleton.
But we're not really here to tell you the whole everything.
No.
They got the gist.
Yeah.
Say, if you want the finer details, go watch the movie yourself.
This movie's almost 20 years old. If you haven't seen it by now, you're not
doing with your life. Go watch it. Watch the second one. Watch the third one. Don't watch the fourth or fifth. Well, maybe the fifth.
All right.
Couple scenes in the fifth one.
Okay.
So,
I guess I'm gonna go first then.
I want to know why you don't like it.
The silent one go first. You haven't said shit.
I want to know why you don't like it.
Listen, I am not even remotely a fan of this franchise. I never have been, and I never will be.
Why?
And I've tried to like this movie since 2003. I cannot do it. I don't like the cast. Okay, I can't say that. I don't like the characters. I don't really care for the script. Special effects are good. The fight scenes are well choreographed. Everything else about the movie aggravates me.
Why?
You don't like the story?
I don't at all.
Why?
Because
is there a reason?
It just doesn't appeal to me. Like that's all
Frankie is not a fan of pirates.
I just don't like the movie. I never have.
Who hurt you? This is just fun.
You.
It's a fun film.
So's The Room, but that's objectively horrible.
Oh God.
Yeah, this isn't horrible though.
I don't like this movie.
It's not room level horrible.
I never said it was.
This is a legit good movie.
It depends on your point of view. Because from my point of view, the Jedi are evil.
I will defend that line and my point for that line when we review Revenge of the Sith, damn it.
But no, I don't like the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. Never have, never will. This is probably the best of them.
Mm-hmm.
But,
yeah.
Oh my God.
I love the second and third, but they are overcomplicated.
It's not even just they're overcomplicated. I'm getting annoyed. I'm stuck. I don't like this movie. I'm sorry. I just don't. There you go. There's my 2 cents. I don't like the fucking movie.
They're your final thoughts.
Yeah, there's my final thoughts. I don't like the fucking movie.
Well, my final thoughts. I love this movie. I love the franchise. I love the characters. It's just so much. This is such a fun film. I can't help but sit down, quote the lines, have a huge smile on my face. Deb's performance is truly something so original. I mean, he's pretty much been trying to do the same part. Everyone's been trying to make him do the same part since.
He's played Jack Sparrow in every fucking movie since this, except for fucking, what was it called? What, the Black Mass or something?
Yeah.
Everything else, he's Jack
okay, so yeah, pretty much Tim Burton's been trying to make him do the same part he's been doing, and
he's
everyone
not
else.
Jack Sparrow in Corpse Bride.
He's basically Jack Sparrow in Corpse Bride. No, he's not. Every live action role. Let's narrow it down.
It's truly a one-of-a-kind performance that only Depp could have done.
So this role was actually written for Hugh Jackman.
It was.
Oh God, I could not imagine Hugh Jackman.
Well, the logic
in this
was
role.
He wasn't big enough, even though he was Wolverine. But whatever.
He wasn't big enough.
Now, however, the studio was also interested in Matthew McConaughey.
All right.
I don't think Matthew McConaughey could have done it.
Let's commandeer this ship.
Christopher Walken was also a choice.
Oh my God, yes.
Not good.
No.
Barbossa,
not good.
Barbossa, I couldn't resist, mate.
Elizabeth, why is the gone?
The ice is gonna break. Annalise, your thoughts?
I held this watch in my ass.
Jim Carrey was considered for the part of Jack Sparrow.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So was Michael Keaton.
Oh my God, you have Batman and the Mask. And
oh my God.
I love those two actors, but this is a performance only Depp could do.
Yeah, like I could not see anybody else.
Interesting enough, Robert De Niro was the first choice for Barbossa, then Jeffrey Rush.
Who was the first choice?
Robert De Niro.
Oh God.
And apparently for Will Turner, Tobey Maguire, Jude Law, Ewan McGregor, and Christian Bale and Heath Ledger and Tom Hiddleston were considered. Well, Hiddleston auditioned.
I could have seen Tom Hiddleston.
I don't know. I feel like I could have seen Heath Ledger maybe as well.
Heath Ledger probably, yeah. McGregor and Bale, nah.
Well, because they're Obi-Wan and Batman, that's true.
I'd say maybe Christian Bale, but that's it.
Tobey Maguire, no.
No.
Honestly, the role I could see Christian Bale in would probably be Norrington.
Yeah. My final thought. It took me a long time to actually kind of like this movie. Because I saw it once when I was little, and then I think I had tried maybe a couple more times after that to actually sit down and watch it, but it really wasn't until, like, I want to say maybe last year, going, like, when I moved into my new dorm at school, that I actually, like, sat down and watched it and fully appreciated it. So, like, I'm a fan now. But it took me a while to get there, I would say. But I really enjoy this movie for like what it is, like, because it's an early 2000s action movie, and those are kind of like, I don't want to say typecast, but they're kind of stereotypical nowadays.
They're in a box for sure.
Yes.
They still make films like this anymore.
No, they truly they don't.
It's just a classic.
They don't make original movies anymore. It's usually just comic book movies or remakes of something else.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
But it's a fun adventure movie. It checks all the boxes, like drama, action, romance. Kind of just an all around what you could want from a movie. It's funny at times, it's serious at times, and I really enjoy it.
Well, I just don't see it. So.
You heartless swine.
Well, Annalise, what is our review going to be next Tuesday, since it is your turn?
All right. So, drum roll, please. Our next film is going to be, hold on, what year? Sorry. A 2004 hit, Stephen Sommers' Van Helsing.
Van Helsing?
Yes.
What? Are you serious?
I'm completely serious.
Oh my God.
Yes. Oh, get the overacting.
I haven't seen this movie since 2005.
Oh, Frank, you'll absolutely hate it.
Oh, he probably will hate it, but I love it.
The cheese.
What is it on? What is this on?
Oh, I should get some wine.
Oh, I don't know.
I think it's on HBO Max.
Maybe.
Oh, fuck me.
You're gonna have to search for it.
Hang on, I'll look it up right now on my phone.
Why? Why is that what we're going with?
Because The Mummy would have been too predictable.
We need to save that for a rainy day.
I hope the fucking thing turns on me after this, so I can pick that.
Well,
Van Helsing is not on HBO Max.
What is it on?
It's not.
It's not.
Well, what is it on? Oh, it's not on anything?
No.
You're gonna have to pirate it.
Oh Jesus!
Wait, he might have it on our uncle's app thing on Plex.
Oh yeah, maybe.
I'm gonna download Plex. So I don't have it.
Uh-oh.
You might have to pirate it. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge.
Drown.
Or just rent it on YouTube.
I'm not spending money on this fucking movie. Are you fucking kidding me?
Could watch it on Thursday when you're here.
Oh, yeah.
We might as well do that.
Okay. God damn it. All right.
Yes, audience, we may actually watch a film together and bounce ideas off each other.
Well, for the rest of you people that have sat through this insanity, thank you so much for listening. Happy Thanksgiving, and stay tuned for next Tuesday, where we talk about Van Helsing for some fucking reason.
And let's see if we can break Frankie.
He'll probably hate it.
You've already done it. 2 episodes in. Jesus Christ. Okay.
And don't forget, after my episode next week is when we start our random generator. So it's going to be anybody's choice.
Yes.
And if you do have any movie recommendations, please, if you are able to message us at all, whoever's listening, give us a movie recommendation.
We should get a social media thing for this.
Yeah, if we ever get big enough, I'll
I say we wait till at least maybe 10 episodes, see where we are.
Well, that's a conversation for off the recording. So this has been From the Shelf.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
And enjoy
the rest of your day. Stay safe on Black Friday. Don't mutilate anyone.
Enjoy your holidays.
Take care, guys.